Hey Angela, temp in Saxe is 29. Roads are still wet, as you can tell, coming back from a meeting, and the hood got some sleet on it, a little frozen, but uh, luckily temperatures are warm enough, quote unquote, that we're all liquid on the road so far. So that's good news. Now, as far as tonight goes, who knows? Probably frozen, I would guess. So I just thought I'd give everybody a quick idea of what the roads are like over here in this neck of the woods. I saw your picture earlier, Angela, on the sleet. So that's, yeah, that didn't look great. But we saw some sleet showers earlier. Matter of fact, they just came through before I started my stream, but it's definitely kind of slackened off some. But for those watching, just roads are wet, so not slick or anything, other than slick being wet. And then, later on today, that will probably change. But as long as we are in the daylight and we have warm ground temperatures and we have solar insulation for us, that helping us, then I think we're going to be fine. I think as long as you're out traveling between now and the end of today, before sunset, I think you'll be fine. I wouldn't really do a whole lot after sunset, but I think we've all been saying that. Gail, we got sleet, snow, and how? All right. Well, cool. You got snow. Sleet's definitely a possibility, but you are a little further north there in Howe, so hope you're safe and staying warm. Yeah, Angela, I've seen Tarrant County and southern Denton County. I've seen to where that's definitely not pretty over there. So you can keep that stuff over there, Angela. Although I know it's coming our way. So. Hey, Harley. Where am I driving? Saxe, Texas. Not my hometown. My hometown's Garland, but where I've lived for 20 plus years. So I was coming back from a meeting, and so I wouldn't normally be, well, I'd be driving if I had to, but I was coming back from a meeting, and I thought, well, that's the question I get a lot is, hey, how are the roads? How are the roads? So I thought, you know what? I was coming back from my meeting, and I thought I would just live stream and show everybody. It's probably hard to see on that sign, but there's definitely ice accretion on elevated surfaces, and going over this bridge right here, and definitely a little slick, nothing too bad. So again, just mainly wet. Again, for those watching that aren't in Saxe, Saxe's northeast Dallas County area, and so hopefully that gives y'all an idea. I would say that for the most part, if you're in Saxe, Garland, Wiley, Richardson, Rowlett, I've been assuming they're all about the same, i.e. wet, but that can definitely change. So it's definitely something that you want to, if you're out and about this afternoon before sunset, definitely, keep your go slow. So I think the thing that's helping us so far is that the ground's still relatively warm from the last couple of days, couple of weeks really. So I think that's helped our streets stay pretty much liquid. Now again, some of that's ground temperature, some of that's solar radiation that we're getting right now. And the temperature is anywhere from 28 to 30 degrees around most areas, at least in this part of the Metroplex. So I think all that combines to help the melting process. And when it actually rains hard, that will tend to bring warmer air down to the surface, and that helps keep everything liquid too. We are seeing a little bit of a glaze on elevated surfaces, street lights, street signs, things like that. But nothing too bad. But again, the main thing I'm focusing on right now are the roadways. And right now the roadways are wet. And I would expect that to continue through sunset. Now, if you look at radar, which obviously I'm not doing, being that I'm driving right now, but it's definitely has some convective type showers, sleet showers, and sleet will definitely accumulate in this kind of environment. But we had a pretty good sleet shower here before.
Approaching a railroad crossing.
But a lot of it's melted. That we're on the road, so that's another good sign. Hey Valerie, sleeting in Rockwall. Yeah, you're probably getting what we got just a few minutes ago. Misty, thank you. I'm gonna try to be safe. I won't be out too long, but again, I just wanted to give everybody, an idea of what the roads are like. I'm reading Patty's comment. Yes, Patty. Thank you. Thank you for the reporting, Patty. You would know what a good reporter is, that's for sure. So I take that was high praise. Yes, if you have a pool, keep your pool running. Keep your pool pump running. That is for sure. Now I will say it's not going to get as cold as it was right before Christmas. If you remember, we got down to about 10 degrees. It's not going to be anything like that. This is not pipe busting cold, anything like that. But, again, just take the proper precautions. If you got a pool, keep that pool circulating, especially overnight tonight and tomorrow and all that good stuff. Pools are fun, but they're not fun when you got to deal with weather like this, that's for sure. So when I started this journey, it was about 30 degrees. It's about 28 where I am, so not totally surprising when we had the precipitation. It tends to, we had some differences between the dew point and the temperature spread, so when you got that spread between the dew point and temperature, we have a process that's called evaporative cooling. And so whenever you have that spread between the temperature and the dew point, when it precipitates into that, then we tend to get the temperature will drop because it'll try to meet toward the dew point. So that's what we get here. So before it started sleeting and raining, it was about 30 degrees. And now that it's precipitated into that column of air, that makes the air evaporate, and that evaporation is a cooling process, and so that's why the temperature drops. But luckily, nothing too bad right now from a roadway standpoint. And it might be hard to see, but again, another good sign is the water spray from the vehicles on the road. Definitely means that the wheels are hitting the road, getting traction. So again, another sign you can look for if you're out driving, if you have to drive out, and a lot of it's like you're going to be coming home from work or coming home from school. So just another, there's signs to look for to let you know that you're okay, if you will. So those are typically things you would look for, and so far so good. And if you're on a main roadway anyway, with a lot of traffic, that'll, of course, at least initially, that would help keep ice from forming.
Watch out. Vehicle on shoulder ahead.
And definitely seeing a little sleet shower right now. So visibility has gone down a tad. But if you're just tuning in, then again, just doing a little quick live stream showing road conditions. The good news is that roads are wet, even with our sleet showers and rain showers, freezing rain showers. Elevated surfaces are getting a little icy, but again, that's to be expected when the temperature's in the upper 20s. But I think, again, the solar radiation we're enjoying, believe it or not, behind the clouds, and our somewhat warm ground temperatures are keeping things liquid at the moment, which is a good news because we got to get kids home from school and we got to get people home from work. So far, so good. I know you can't see it, but just go along the 190 service road here, kind of looking down. Traffic seems to be doing okay so far. So if you happen to be contemplating getting on 190, George Bush, okay for now. And again, starting to see, looking at the signals, starting to see some ice accretion, can't you say that word? Accretion on elevated surfaces, which again, you know, when it's 28 degrees outside, that's going to happen. But again, our roads are wet. And as I've mentioned before, hopefully that will stay the case until at least sundown. But as of 2:15-ish, roads are not bad. Thank goodness. Hey, Darlene. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, line to the curve. Yeah, I can see that. That's for sure. Well, it just takes a little winter weather to get everybody all excited. That's for sure. Oh yeah, Darlene. Excuse absences will do it every time. Well, luckily it's not bad enough where it's going to cause problems for most people on the road. Anyway, at least till sundown, sunset. But I will say, so far, everybody's behaving. Hope I didn't just jinx myself. Oh, yes, no one wanted their littles, darling. Like I said, see a little bit of ice accumulation, sleet accumulation on the grass, but nothing nothing big. Roads are still wet, thankfully. Yeah, those landscaping lights, Darlene, they're definitely elevated. You know, I was talking about that with someone else. It doesn't, you know, most of the time we think of our street lights and our cars and roofs and things like that, but pretty much anything that's off the ground, even a landscape light, it can have ice on it. So, yeah. Well, traveling over here, it's warmed up a degree. Went from 28 to 29, so I'll take that. Oh, hey, Monica. Oh, I'm passing your apartment? Okay. Well, the good news is, if you're not here, it's wet. If you are here, then you're already inside, so you're good either way. Yeah, North Park Mall. Yeah, I think it's Corporal Oreo. I think, if I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing here over in Northeast Dallas County. Just wet so far. A little ice on elevated surfaces. Monica, you're at work. That's okay. It's still wet. I think unless you don't get off till 8 o'clock tonight, you should be okay. Just take it easy. No problem, Monica. Just be careful. Yeah, Darlene, I was wondering if you would notice that. If you were still watching, I was kind of hoping you would still be watching. I thought you might get a kick out of that. You too, Corporal Oreo. Thank you, sir. You too. Be safe. Thanks for following. I appreciate it. Boy, this road is always messy. Yeah, John was surprised too, huh, Darlene? Well, I will say, I mean, if you haven't been over here in a while, then yeah, you would be surprised. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. I'm going to sign off, and if I feel adventurous, I might get back out and see how the roads are, but probably not. But I'll maybe do my updates from home next time. So, again, just want to give everybody a feel about 2:30 on Monday afternoon, if you're watching this later. Roads are wet, ice on elevated surfaces, so just be careful going home. Be careful going home from school tonight. Should be good till sunset. We are going to see sleet showers. So don't be shocked if you see sleet between now and then, but the roads are still warm enough to where I think most of it will melt until the sun goes down. Then it's probably a whole nother different story, but I'll be talking about that later tonight. As always, I'm watching weather so you don't have to. Hope everyone has a great afternoon. Stay safe. We'll talk to you soon.